Once a working strawberry farm, the club at Strawberry Creek near Kenosha, Wisconsin, was founded by former pro football star Jay Hilgenberg.
I was looking for opportunities, and I always had a passion for golf and wanted to sometime see if I could actually build a golf course. The whole development was driven by golf. If you notice, Strawberry Creek is a real core golf course. Coming out and playing golf at Strawberry Creek, you get the real feel that you're out in the country or someplace else, and not that you don't get the feel of a residential community.
It's a Rick Jacobson design, 18 holes, vast lands of rolling ground, fescue areas, lakes, bunkers, very little trees.
Superintendent Matt Kregel says that out here on the open, rolling ground, it's often windy, which makes it difficult when it's time to spray.
It seems like whenever we're making an application with the sprayers, all you have to do is get that sprayer loaded up and the wind picks up. The wind and getting the product down on target becomes an issue. And that's something that we're always fighting and trying to figure out the best way how to get that product down.
To counter the effects of wind, Matt uses Border TNO from Precision Laboratories. Border TNO is a unique spray performance adjuvant that reduces droplet bounce and off-target movement to help tank mix ingredients get to the target plant where they're needed. Notice the increased droplet size, retention, and coverage compared to the spray without Border TNO.
We started spraying without the product. We added Border into the tank, sprayed it, and I was sold the minute we added it to the tank. It helped the product get down to the surface where we needed it, and it was eliminating the drift that we normally would have with those conditions.
Matt says when Border TNO is in the tank, you can both hear and see a difference.
Once you add it into the tank, once it gets through the system and into the nozzles, you can hear a difference in the sound coming out of the nozzles. So it's very noticeable from that standpoint. And then when you look back and you see the nozzles, it just looks like it has a tighter spray pattern, and the product's getting down, and you really notice it on your turns, because when you make your turns on a windy day, windy conditions, a lot of time you're eating the chemical when you make your turn. Adding Border into the tank virtually eliminated all of that tasting the chemical as you make your turn.
With Border TNO, Matt says more of the high-dollar products he applies are reaching the turf.
Depending on what product you're using as a fungicide, growth regulators, whatever else is in your tank, you're looking at $6,000 to possibly $7,000 per application. So adding Border into that is it makes a major difference. It's money well worth it, because the product, you know then that the product is getting down onto the turf where you want it to be.
Border TNO also provides environmental benefits at Strawberry Creek.
The Border is eliminating, or almost all eliminating, that smaller droplet size, so we're not having the spray move off target, move into the waterway, the ponds, the environmental sensitive areas around the golf course.
Matt says be sure to read the label, and when tank mixing, always put Border TNO in last.
Add your fungicide, add your plant growth regulator, add anything else you're putting in the tank. The very last step you need to do is remove the screen that's in the tank and add your Border slowly in the tank. Let it work, let it do its job, and then after you have added the proper amount of Border in the tank, replace the screen, and then finish adding the amount of water that you need as a carrier, and then you're off and ready to spray.
Bottom line, Border TNO lets Matt spray when the application is needed instead of letting weather dictate.
Adding Border into the tank allows me to get my applications done when I want them to get done and not have to change plans due to windy conditions.